Hey, Chief. Chief, I need to talk to you before you go. I know. It's unusual to walk out of the meeting and still have the sun out.
Yeah, I gotta make it quick.
Yep, so my phone, I had transferred custody of it to a different person. Mm-hmm. And then it was brought out to me saying that the council said they didn't want it in there.
You were told to leave with all your stuff?
I transferred custody.
I didn't realize you had transferred your,
nobody asked me.
Transferred possession,
but if you had
left behind,
if you had asked any of the officers who were standing there next to me, I had told them I transferred custody of it to this person. But regardless,
well, they were out here.
Regardless, was there a warrant to remove my phone?
No.
Okay, did I authorize anyone to move my phone? It could have been just left as lost and found.
If I can finish, you were told to leave the room with all your stuff by the magistrate, who is the mayor.
She's not a magistrate.
She is a magistrate for this purpose.
She is not a magistrate.
Yes, the mayor's magistrate.
She's not. There is nowhere in the code, in the state law, that says she's a magistrate.
I'm not going to argue with you, okay?
She can't magistrate shit.
She is a magistrate for the purposes of the open meeting. Yes, ma'am, she is.
Okay, well, we'll check on that.
Please do. But anyway.
But even at that, she can't say trespass someone from the property. Even at that, she can't say remove someone's property without their permission. I don't care what I was.
You were told to leave. You were told to leave.
Was there a warrant for me to leave?
If you let me finish, the mayor asked you to leave, ordered you to leave, and you did. I appreciate that.
I did without any fuss.
That stuff. Normally, people take their stuff with them.
I took almost all of it.
I was asked to take your phone that was left behind, brought it out, gave it to an officer, and he gave it to you. All right? And I saw that you immediately handed it to someone else, and they brought it in, and so be it.
I did because it was not
to what you did before we left.
Well, then the question, someone should have asked me first, because you know how I am, Chief. Wait.
Would you let me finish?
No, you won't let me finish.
When people leave property behind, we generally try to get it back to them.
Chief, you know me, right? How many times has this happened? Every single time I leave it there. Mm-hmm. Every single time I pick somebody and I say, hey, this is in your custody now. If I'm going to leave it there, I don't just leave it without transferring custody to someone.
Okay. In this particular instance, I wasn't there for that.
But
I'm not gonna make assumptions.
But you know my habits, so that if you know
I'm
that,
not going to make assumptions.
Well, then why wouldn't you have asked me? Because who the hell is Kegel to come tell you in your ear to take my shit out?
Because I was told to do that. I'm doing what I was told. All right. And it's as simple as that. You left. You were asked to leave.
So the city manager,
you left your property behind.
Is the city manager a magistrate in there?
No, he's not.
Okay, so then how does the city manager have authority to tell you to touch anything that doesn't belong to you?
The city manager is my boss, okay? And he asked me to do something that is not patently illegal, and I returned your property.
To touch my belongings without my permission and remove my property. Wait, you touched and removed my property. So during that point, it was seized.
With you.
Was there a warrant?
This is turning into an argument.
It's not. I just want to know.
This is not the place for this.
Okay? It's not the place to answer my questions.
Your property to you.
That was not in my custody.
I appreciate you leaving.
I transferred custody.
I didn't know.
You were standing right next to me.
Not the whole time.
You were the whole time. You were standing next to me all the way up until I walked out.
I walked over right before you picked up your stuff and left.
Right, and before I picked up my stuff and left, I said, you now have custody of my phone.
I wasn't privy to that. I was simply returning your property to you.
Okay, at the instruction of the city manager.
Yes.
Just because he's your boss, and he said so.
Not because he's my boss. He's a person that I'm going to listen to, yes.
Okay.
But when he points out that there's property back there, I'm going to return it to you.
Then it could have waited till after the meeting also.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Why did it have to be immediate? Why couldn't it have waited until after the meeting?
Because when somebody asks you to do something, you generally do it.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
I don't wait till I'm good and ready. I just let's get this done.
Did you know the purpose for me leaving it behind, Chief? So
don't
let
know
me
what's
tell
going
you
on in your
now,
mind.
in the future, for future reference, every single time.
So are you planning to do this a lot?
Well, is she planning to kick me out for every little thing that I do?
Uh,
So
I have
I'm
no
just
idea
going to
what's
let you
going
know,
on
though,
in that
for
regard.
future reference, regardless. Okay, I can plan to come in here and make comments and make her mad every week. I can plan to do that if I want to. And it doesn't change anything about what her response is and whether it's legal or not. Okay? Or whether it's right or not. But for future reference, and no, I don't plan ever to come in
That's
with
kind of what
the
it sounds like.
I don't ever plan to come in with the intent of getting kicked out. However, I know her habits and her behaviors, so I'm just letting you know that for future reference, if it happens to happen again, and you see my phone is still sitting there and it is recording, okay, before you make an assumption that I have left it behind, because the assumption was that I just left it behind even though I gathered up all of my other belongings. So I'm just letting you know. Well, no, you assumed that it was just left behind because no one asked me.
I see. There's unattended property.
That
That's not
was
an assumption.
no, it
I'm
was
not
an
gonna get into
assumption.
semantics.
It was an assumption.
Miss
It was
Brown, I
unattended.
don't have any quarrel with you.
I
okay?
don't have any quarrel
And
with you
I
either, but
do
you're not
have to
letting me
leave.
finish.
I do have
So
to
let me
leave.
finish what I'm trying to tell you then.
Please do.
Should this happen again, which I'm hoping it doesn't, but knowing her behaviors, it's likely. So should this happen again, I just want to let you know that if you see my phone in that same position, on that same tripod, where it always is, I have not left it there unintentionally. I have transferred custody of it to someone else that is in that room. And if there's any question about that before anyone touches it, they should come talk to me, because if it happens again, I will do the exact same thing and I will pack up and I will be right here in the same location. I will be someplace where I can be found, and if not, every single person on that dais, the city secretary, the city manager, even you all have my phone number.
I don't have your phone number.
Well, I will email you my phone number. Okay?
Okay.
And then you will have my phone number. But in the meantime, like I said, if you should see that I leave it, it is intentional. And especially when it's still recording. Especially when it's still recording. So whatever happened in between the time that it was picked up and removed and came out here and the time that it got back in there, something happened to the point where my phone won't charge now. So yes, it was damaged.
So you say.
No, I'm telling you that it wouldn't charge in there.
Okay.
It had been charging when I left. It was, the green thing was on, the lightning bolt was there. It was charging when I left. When it went back in, it wouldn't charge.
Okay.
Same charger, same everything, same setup, wouldn't work.
I have no idea why that would have happened.
I don't either, because I wasn't privy to the fact that my belongings were being taken.
Well, they were left
Even though
they were left unattended.
they were
I'm
not left unattended.
I want to stop speaking in circles with you. Okay,
Okay, so
That's
stop
what we're
saying they were
doing.
left unattended when
That's-
they were not left
Well,
unattended.
that's how
They were
appeared.
left under the supervision of someone else.
That's how they appeared.
And so you made an assumption based on the appearance.
I didn't make an assumption. There was a fact. They were sitting there unattended.
No, they were not sitting there unattended.
Okay, we're done. I'm not going to argue with you.
If
okay?
I leave the room and I leave to come out here, right, and I'm still allowed on the property, I haven't been removed from the meeting, I decide to walk out to the bathroom, I leave my phone there, does that mean you can grab it and move it because it's unattended? No.
We're talking apples and oranges here.
No, we're not.
Because
and besides, at that point, it wasn't even my phone. At that point, it was not even my phone. At that point, it was belonged to the person that I transferred it to.
I have to go. I really have to go. I appreciate your cooperation when you left today. There was not a scene. I appreciate you voluntarily complying and coming outside. If it happens again, I would appreciate that in the future.
If it happens again, I would
at that.
appreciate you don't touch my stuff without talking to me first.
Well, we'll try to have a little bit of a conversation next time.
That would be
But
great.
I do appreciate your cooperation, and I do appreciate your compliance.
And I understand that you're doing a job and you're doing what your not direct boss, but your someone in the chain told you. I know that you're also protected by civil service, so he can't fire you for not following the law and not following one of his requests. So he can't fire you for that.
I'm not worried about being fired.
Okay, so then why? Okay, so anyway.
Anyway, I have to go. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your cooperation when you left today. Okay? Thank you very much. I have to go.
Dear Heart, Badge 80.